Kia ora and welcome to Craft to Artosaurus. My name's Paula and today I'm just carrying on stitching into this wonderful hair creation that I've been doing over the last few months. Oh, hang on, did I just find my... Yes, off after all of that, I found my needle. So I lost my needle and I thought, oh, I'll grab one of Kathy's ones because I wanted to try her needles out. It won't matter at all. I'll just try one of Kathy's and that'll be fine because they look so darn interesting. But yeah, now I've found the needle I was actually working with. It's in there. Oh, look, no wonder I stopped. It was all knotted. Let's see. We can thread this baby up. Here we go. And we're putting this in. Well, that was a mistake and a half, wasn't it? Oh dear. It's quite thick here, so I've got a few layers. So I did actually think I would have this all completed and we could carry on and do some mushrooms and that sort of thing, but I'm really I'm not doing very well health-wise at the moment. Yeah, my voice is a bit humming, but it's not that. It's actually my stomach that's playing up. So, yeah, it's just a little bit annoying, a bit niggly. So we'll see how far we go today and what we can do here with this hair one. So, yep. So at night time, I'm involved here in New Zealand in a monthly sew, and the theme was houses for this month. And I made a house fairly quickly, put it to one side. Yep, I'll send that away later. The lady was on holiday, so I didn't want to send it while she was on holiday. I just thought, well, that's silly. Why would you send it to her? She's not there, Paula. Just wait a little bit and that'll be fine. You know, you'll be able to send it later. And then I promptly lost it. I know, I'm so annoyed. Actually, I really am. I'm very frustrated and annoyed with myself. I don't know where I've placed the little house that I made. Well, it was 8-inch squares. I guess it wasn't that little, but I don't know what I did with it. So I thought, bugger it, I'm just going to make another one. So I've been busy at night time stitching the new house, getting it all ready to send off to her. And as soon as I'm finished with it, I'm going to send it to her. That was my thought. And you see, I nearly finished it last night. And then I thought, well, hang on, if I finish it tonight, I don't think, and I could be wrong here, but I'm going to put it in a safe place and I'm going to lose it again. So I stopped stitching, but yeah, all my free time has been going into the monthly sew, which I don't do on my channel here. It's a bit of, just in case someone from the group follows me, you know, I don't want to disappoint them. They've seen it being made and, you know, before they've received it kind of thing, because everything I do is kind of right up to the time. I'm not like Corinne and oh, I've forgotten her name. Just checking to see if it's all stitched. It is all stitched down. So there we go. So that's all stitched. And Christy. Oh, that took a while, didn't it? To remember Christy's name. Yep, like I said, I am quite, yeah, I'm in a bit of pain and kind of a little bit sick. So this is going to be a very, very short video today. I do know that. It's a little bit uncomfortable sitting at my desk and yeah, I don't know what I've done with my stomach. I've followed all the things the doctors said, and I've done this whole new dietary list thing that she recommended. I've been doing that, and quite frankly, it didn't make a bit of difference. I'm as crook as a dog. Oh dear. except for our dogs never crook, so I don't know where that saying comes from. Oh, see, and now my mind's gone to the saying, and I'm like, I wonder where I can look that up and find out where that saying comes from. It's things like that my mind kind of goes to. So what have I been? Oh, I've watched The Great British Sewing Bee. And The Right Person won. If you've been watching it, you would have seen the 3 dresses in the semi-final being made yesterday, and you would agree, I'm sure, with the judges that The Right Person has won, mainly because the other dresses were incomplete. So even though I liked their sewing methods a little bit more than the person who won finished. Ergo, they deserve that win. And, yep, shouldn't complain. Yeah. Still not a fan of the guy presenting it. Oh, I find him so annoying. And his jokes. Oh, I love British humour. Why are they trying to do American humour? These British comedians or the English writers. I don't know. I just don't quite get that. I get that the English have a different, I don't know what you'd call it. I guess the English comedians have a different style of jokes and that sort of thing. So maybe these programs are going to the American markets and they want them to be more palatable for Americans. I don't know. It's so darn disappointing anyway. And when he explains his jokes, oh, I just eye roll. So that's my biggest gripe, I think. It's not actually the contestants. It's the people they've got that are doing the presenting. And I think the problem is, I love that first presenter so much. She was fabulous. And it all seemed to come naturally to her. And it was just beautifully done. And yep, I thoroughly enjoyed, how she interacted with the contestants and all that sort of thing. And this guy they've got now, I don't know, he doesn't have a personality. He doesn't interact properly with I don't know. You see, gripey Paula. But leave a comment. Have you been watching The Great British Sewing Bee? I do love it. I think Esme is just as sweet as anything. And, yeah. I do love the 2 judges, Patrick and Esme. So, I'm going to watch it. I love them. And I also love to see what contestants come up with. I think my favourite is when they get given the bits and pieces and they have to make something with them. You don't know what it is, what you're going to make. Here you go. Here's lots of, I don't know, one year they did parachutes, I think it was, wasn't it? Here's some parachutes, make something with it, people. Please don't use anything from the haberdashery, and away they go. Boom-bitty bang. And they usually get zips and fastenings and that sort of thing, fastenings from the haberdashery, but they're not meant to use too much fabric. I don't know. There's something about that I just find fascinating. I love that bit. So, yeah. I just think it's so cool. I loved it the very first time I saw that. So, yeah, it just makes me smile. It's just so wonderful. I'm just going to put this one down here, which is where I think it went, and sew that down. My dog is outside going mental. It's sunny here in New Zealand, so we've had some really nasty weather. So people in Nelson are got all of our rain, and because they don't have the same, I don't know, system as, we live in a rainforest, our drains are bigger and that sort of thing. And because our rivers, we're used to them being small rivers, and then all of a sudden, they're the size, I don't know, of a river that a sailing ship can get up quite easily. We're all used to that here on the west coast. And so it's hit poor old Nelson in the Tasman area there. And, yeah, things have gone a little bit sideways. And then further over near Wanganui, near Mount, you see, I'm going to call it Mount Taranaki. I've forgotten the Māori name for it, Mount Egmont, Mount Taranaki. They had a tornado through there in a small little settlement. Not like the America. We don't get the same sort of tornadoes that they get in Tornado Valley in America, but this was bad enough that it took roofs of houses, and someone's pergola went for a little bit of a fly. All the bits and pieces, and some poor people, their fences were blown over. So yeah, we get a few through here in Greymouth, and when we have just fences fallen over, we just call it a downdraft. That's a downdraft, don't worry about it, and you get a new fence out of it. So yeah, I had a friend the other day saying, we must be due a tornado because my roof's getting a bit old. I laughed. I just thought that was hilarious. So she obviously, she's living where the tornadoes come through, and whenever they come through, there's usually an area of town that is looking a bit downtrodden, and before you know it, everyone's got new roofs and there are new houses there, and it looks lovely. So yeah, but it's a bit heartbreaking. You lose everything inside your house, I know that. So yes. So my heart goes out to everyone up north. So I don't know. Other than that, Call the Midwives finished. That was like the shortest series ever. What did we get? 4 of them? I got a query in my voice. It seemed like I only watched for a couple of weeks, and now it's over and done with. I know, it's really, really short. I get it. The BBC is running out of money kind of thing, I guess, and people aren't paying your licensing fee over in America. Oh, no, sorry, over in England. We don't have a licensing fee anymore in New Zealand. That was taken away because, people weren't paying them. But unlike poor old England, where people are knocking on the door and harassing, oh dear, wouldn't you love to be a license? Oh my goodness. So yeah, they've been on YouTube where they've got to knock on the door and so, you've got a TV, you've got to have a license for it kind of thing. And they're going, oh, well, we might have a TV, but here's the thing, we don't actually watch TV. We just have a TV, and we're not watching any BBC or anything. We've got, Disney and that sort of thing. But yeah, they're trying to tell them that they need a license to do that as well. And people are saying, no, we pay for that. So yeah, I think this is the problem. And that's why New Zealand stopped with the licensing fee. And it just comes out of our taxes now. Mind you, everything comes out of our taxes. Oh, we won't get onto that subject, will we? Oh dear. Other than that, not a lot's been happening in my little world here in Greymouth. So yeah, everything's nice and quiet. We've had lovely weather while the rest of the country has really suffered, and really, really suffered, and we've been very, very lucky. Do I want that there? I must have had it there. So, yep. And we've got school holidays coming up. I don't know. You see, we don't really have a school holiday program here anymore in Greymouth, which makes it hard for the working mums and dads in the community. So, yeah. And then it was, I think Friday was a teachers only day, which I thought this government said they were going to stop all of that. So I don't know. I guess it was high school, so it's not quite as bad. Maybe. I don't know. So yeah, poor parents had their kids at home just before school holiday starts, which always makes it really, really difficult. Thankfully, with my girls, I was quite keen to take them to the library, and do bits and pieces with them. I usually try to do something exciting at least once in the school holidays around the community with them. I don't know if they remember that, and yeah, I'm sure they were more a case of, well, my dad's always working, we can't take time off. So when you're the boss, sometimes you just can't take the school holidays off. And so the girls realised that, and we would go to dance competitions and other bits and pieces, and yep, they were happy. So that's the main thing. Ooh, I don't know, I might have let it get a bit too short. I've been watching Corinne going around Japan. Oh my goodness, that looks like such a cool tour. And it's an Aussie, I guess he's not Aussie, he's I've lost my little, I don't know where I put it. They have a Japanese person who was born in Japan, and his mum was part of the quilting. He had a quilting shop, so he knows all the different areas we can go for fabrics and all that sort of thing. So yep, they all went and did that with him, and they made quite a few different things too, which I think that was what I found so fascinating when they went to the weaving and the dye. They went to a place where they dyed things, and yeah, and you got to see the fabrics being made, the Japanese fabrics. So, you know, I don't have, I can't buy Japanese fabric, like by the meter here in Greymouth. I've never seen it at Spotlight, which is where I go to in Christchurch, and I don't really go to, what would you call it? Speciality fabric stores, I think. I'm not quite sure what you'd call it, but yeah, but I do know when I go to see my mum up north, I'm going to a place where they have Japanese fabric. So I'm really getting, yeah, I now know what I want to buy after seeing what Corinne and I think it was Dawn. Anyway, another lady, I've forgotten her channel's name. I'm not very good with that sort of thing. I just watch. So, yeah, I found it all very fascinating. I just love that sort of thing. And yep, it's one of the things. If I get over my fear of flying, I want to go to Japan. I desperately would love to do, go around and see all these places and have a go at the same as Corinne and everyone, where they had a go at making certain things and weaving and all of that sort of thing. Yeah, I just found all of that really, really fascinating. So, yep, it was something I just, yeah, I don't know, there was something about it. There really was something about it. So, yes, so that's okay, you know. And they all shared the different things, and they had them on their channels, which I thought was very, very generous of them. You know, we got to have a look at also, you know, what happens when you go on one of these, I guess it's a sewing tour thing. So, yeah, I just found it, yeah, I just loved it. I thought it was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So I've been busy sewing and all the bits of lace I put on and everything, and I thought, well, I'd better get onto these mushrooms, hadn't I? As you can see, I've already done the stalk. I'm using 3 threads, yeah, three threads of thread. Oh gosh, that took a while to say. And I'm just doing a good old-fashioned split back stitch. So yeah, and I'm just following the black lines, and that's all I'm doing on the mushrooms. Nothing exotic at all. I guess because it's like a sticker you put on the fabric when you do the mushrooms. It's a little sticky, a sticky sticker. But I don't know. I thoroughly enjoy doing this. I find it so very relaxing. And I've just been having fun just putting things slowly together on here. So, yep, I'm going to leave you. Oh, well, actually, I guess we'll finish this mushroom top together. And then I will leave you all and put the video together. So, yeah, just a little bit of relaxing here today with a little bit of hand sewing is what we've done, and it was very, very relaxing. I don't think there's any new stitches, unless of course you don't know how to do a split back stitch, which is when you go into the back stitch. Because I cut this one very close to the edge, it's just a little bit more delicate than the others, the stalks that I've done. And as you can see, I'm not exactly following the line very closely, but close enough for me to have fun with it. And yep, just relaxing doing this. So really, it's still a lovely day here. I'm a bit floored, to tell you the truth. We were informed that we were going to get, like it's meant to get really, really cold, and we're meant to have snow through the passes and that sort of thing. I think it's happening all further down south than us. So they've miscalculated again in the good old-fashioned Wellington weather room there, where they all meet together and read the maps and do bits and pieces. They don't seem to realise how high the mountain ranges are here. So, yeah, and also the way the wind flows through them and everything like that. So it seems to confuse them all. Never thee mind, says I to myself, because it's been just lovely. Just relaxing today in the sun. The dog's asleep on the floor. Cleo, she's asleep on the floor by my chair in the and sorry, I thought I was going to cough then, in the formal lounge, relaxing. And yep, the cat's sleeping in the cat bed. It's got hold of its own bed. The dog's slowly been trying to take over the cat bed, but you know. The cat is never going to give up that bed. Yeah, they both love it to death, and I've gone and brought a bed that looks exactly the same. I just wish to say it's actually the same. Well, I guess it's a different colour, but it's exactly the same bed. And blow me down, they seem to both fight over the original bed. I guess, that's how it is. The new one doesn't smell right or something, I guess. Who knows? Who knows with pets? Who knows? So there we go. There's the little mushroom outline all done. Isn't it cute? It's so cute. Now I'm not so sure. I'm just wondering about these bits and pieces here. So I think I'm going to do these little bits here in white, and I'm just going to leave that bit there. So let's see here, we'll just tie her off. So I'm trying to use the same colours that I have throughout, just to keep everything looking nice. And I am enjoying, excuse me, got a bit of humbug. Oh, I've only got my big scissors beside me. Oh, far too big for this, but that's okay. I'm going to put this to one side because I would really like to focus in on these. I'm going to use the ecru. Hopefully I've said that right. And just do the little round bits in the centre. I might leave the rest a lovely cream. I don't know. I'll see how it looks after I've done this. I might need to go on with the other thread. So I've left that to one side there. I'm just going to pull off 3. So there we go. So I've got a crew on the on the needle here. I'm just putting a knot in the end, and I figure, oops, I think that's going to make a knot. It did. Oh, what do you know? I'm a genius. Oh dear, oh dear. So I guess we'll just go from here. And I'll try and do them all the same way. I don't know if I'll be able to though. I'm just thinking of a long stitch kind of thing. There we go. Oh. Just to cover up the black. Whoops. Which will fade away anyway, because when I go to put this in water, that'll all fade away, and all that will be left is my rather cool stitching, which I am thoroughly enjoying doing. So just a long stitch, I guess you'd call it, but it seems very short to me, so dirt on my nail, that's annoying. And I want to get some piano practice in too today. So I didn't play the piano for a while because I really miss my piano teacher, Liz. She was a very, very dear friend, and my piano lessons were they never felt like a lesson to me. It felt more like a lovely talk and a chat. And yes, I did learn to play the piano with her, but I think because she taught my children how to play the piano when they were younger, that was, we became friends over years of piano lessons, and she taught my youngest, Melanie, how to play the violin. And just when Melanie was starting to make progress on the violin and it started to sound like a violin, all those people who play the violin know the bit that I'm talking about before the violin makes any proper sense, she gave it up. I was so annoyed. All those hours and hours of sitting through, and yep, the notes were there. She wasn't holding it quite right, and that sort of thing. But I couldn't tell her that, I did all the orchestrational instruments when I was at school with our music teacher at high school and that sort of thing. Oh, I loved music. It was so lovely. Never learnt the piano. We didn't have a piano when I was growing up. So, yeah, for the girls to learn the piano, that was a big thing. I always wanted the girls to learn to play the piano. I just thought playing the piano, it comes in handy in so many situations. And, yep, my oldest girl also learnt to play the bass. So, bass guitar, not bass, not an orchestrational bass, but a bass guitar. And, yep, it really did. She was feeling natural, actually, with anything musical was my oldest girl. It just came to her naturally. And some people are that way inclined and others aren't quite as lucky, and I get that. And so, yeah, I think my youngest found it quite frustrating that the older girl could play things so much better than her and pick up instrumentation so much quicker. But when you've got a natural gift for something, that's what happens. And I did try to explain it to her, but I'm sure she just thought, I just like that girl more or something weird like that. I don't know. As you're a mum and you've got them there and you try to explain things to them, maybe you don't do the bestest job at it. So, yes. But I don't think either of them do any instrumentation now, so that's a bit sad, but yeah. But they've both taken up doing art again, which I thought was absolutely, that's wonderful. I thought, well, there you go. You've got to have that little outlet, don't you? That's something that connects you with other people. And I think through orchestral work, when I was, when I did orchestra at school, it was a way to connect with people. And when I carried on doing music out of school, it was also a way to connect with people, you know. It's just how things are, isn't it? These are things that keep us going and that sort of thing. So, yep. I had the most beautiful guitar teacher at school. Oh, he was wonderful. So very talented, very modest with it. Where I grew up in Palmerston, he had a band and everything, and yeah, lovely chap, lovely chap. Always pushed us that little bit further in our musical aspirations than what we were used to, but that's okay. That's part of learning an instrument, isn't it? Being pushed a little bit, or at least I thought so at the time. Here we go, nearly finished. There, last one, and there, that's that little mushroom done. So I'm going to leave you here, and I'm going to put the thread away and that, and I'm going to carry on with these ones over here and the other mushrooms. I'm still not sure about the these bunnies, if I like them like this or if I actually like them more like this, where they're a little bit more folded in. I think I do like this more, but I'll see how I go. And I'm just going to go and relax a bit more with my hand sewing. So if you did like what I did today, can you please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and thank you all very, very much for watching. I've had some wonderful, wonderful comments, and I'm absolutely thrilled with how this channel's going. I don't know when my next video will be, as I'm on holiday and, you know, things are a little bit up in the air, but I'll maybe see you on Tuesday, or it could be Wednesday. I'm thinking of changing when I have videos, as the Tuesday isn't really working with me releasing one. I've got to do a lot on the Monday, and because I work all day Tuesday and I'm going quite late on the Tuesday. So yeah, we'll see how we go. Yeah, but at least I'm not working this Tuesday, because woohoo, holidays. Gotta love holidays. So yeah, I'll see you all shortly. All right, bye everyone. Bye.